All right, everybody, and thanks for tuning in with us here at the First Alert Desk. Just moments from now, you will see, hopefully, you will see the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, stepping off of Air Force One. This plane now on the ground at Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, and we're following along. We're going to take you out to that live coverage here, as well as get you caught up on some of the other stories we've been following here at Atlanta News First. But right now, I want to take you out. This is our crew, our Atlanta News First team on the ground, taking you up close to the Vice President, who will be stepping off of this plane and getting ready for a speech that she'll be giving at 6:10 p.m. tonight. Now, some of you might have not caught our earlier coverage. We've been talking about this all week. The Vice President returning to Atlanta to speak at the Democratic Party of Georgia's Spring Soiree. That sounds fancy, doesn't it? She departed Joint Base Andrews not too long ago, just after noon today, and landed here just in the nick of time before 2 p.m. The event tonight taking place again at 6:10 p.m. We will be taking you to that live coverage later on this evening, and you can count on us to bring you those full remarks. And there she is, the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris, stepping off the plane officially in Atlanta, getting ready for her big speech tonight. And here, moments from now, you should see this motorcade taking off. For my drivers out there, you might want to expect some delays, as you can expect with any presidential or vice presidential visit. There is a little bit of traffic on the road with the coordination of getting her to her destination safely, making sure those roads are cleared. So if you are going to be along the route, again, you're going to want to just be patient a little bit. There might be some light traffic for you, a little extra waiting than you are used to. But for this reason, Vice President landing in Atlanta, anticipated to give a speech at 6:10 before the Democratic Party of Georgia. And there it goes. You can see the vice president in the window, at least her shadow, her silhouette, as that motorcade does take off. Again, 6:10, that is when the vice president will be delivering remarks. You will expect us to cover that, bring you live coverage. The full event will be at 6:10. We'll be bringing that to you on Atlanta News First Plus and in the Atlanta News First app. And as we bid safe travels to Vice President Kamala Harris, moments from now, I'm going to be taking you through some of the top stories we're following here at Atlanta News First. Again, we are keeping you up to date on the Atlanta News First app, but thought I would take the time with you guys, go through what's been happening today. If you're on a late lunch break or maybe have some downtime and you're watching this stream, we'll be going through that here in a moment. But I don't want to dip out of this just yet. I want to make sure you guys are able to see those motorcades take off until they are out of view. They are moving now on the road to tonight's event, where again we will be picking back up here on Atlanta News First Plus, taking you to the full remarks of Vice President Kamala Harris speaking in front of Georgia's Democratic Party. All right, and those motorcades now officially out of sight. Let's talk about some of the headlines we've been following here at Atlanta News First. I want to start with some breaking news that has come into our newsroom not too long ago. First broke it to you on the Atlanta News First app, but right now, authorities, Johns Creek Police specifically, looking for this man. And if you've seen him or you want to keep a lookout and help out, we could really use your assistance right now. I want to tell you all about this. Right now, Taylor Road Middle School and Chattahoochee High School, both under a soft lockdown. Now, school officials say that they heard of some activity in the surrounding area tied to the search for this man you're looking at right here, and they placed the schools under a soft lockdown. What that means is all outside doors, all inside classroom doors are currently locked, but class does remain ongoing. So a soft lockdown, school officials telling us they do not believe at this time that there is any potential or immediate danger, but they are proceeding cautiously and working with Johns Creek Police. Now, this man right here, this is the man that authorities are currently looking for, and they're asking for your help to be vigilant and to be careful. If you do see him, his name is Javante Jarrett. He is described as 6 feet, 1 inches tall, and about 215 pounds. He was last seen in the Johns Creek area, specifically around Rotherick Drive, and he is possibly armed. So you do not want to approach this individual. You want to call 911 if you think you see him and contact authorities right away. Again, Taylor Road Middle School, Chattahoochee High School, both under a soft lockdown. We are keeping you updated on AtlantaNewsFirst.com and the Atlanta News First app about the status of both of these schools if you're a concerned parent or loved one, but also about the active search for Javante Jarrett. Again, if you do see him, do not approach. This man is possibly armed in the area, we've been told. Right now, all you want to do if you do see him is call 911 and let Johns Creek Police, local authorities, address the situation. And moving on to our other top headlines, this is news that we broke to you earlier this morning. 1-year-old, I apologize, I have the wrong video here. A 1-year-old that drowned in a pond, or was pulled out of, I should say, a pond. There's some new developments in that story that we brought to you. Now we're learning from police that the little girl's mother is being charged with her murder. You're taking a look here at that pond where an investigation continues to remain ongoing. This was out in Sandy Springs. The little girl was rushed to the hospital, but unfortunately she was pronounced dead shortly after. Now her mother is being charged with felony murder and cruelty to children. This is what investigators had to say.
It's a big park. It is not normally somewhere where children run and play. There are several different ponds. One of the bits of information we were able to gather was that the child was missing and might be somewhere near water.
All right, and to talk about this other story we've been following, for those of you who are parents out there who have a student, this might be impacting you as well. A lot of us relying on commutes might want to hear up about this. People who make your buses for your children to get to and from school, they're weighing the pros and cons of joining a union. Now, thousands of these employees for Bluebird Corporation are saying they want higher pay and better benefits. This is a corporation based out of Macon, more than 1,400 employees now considering joining this banner of the United Steelworkers. The union represents about 850,000 workers nationwide. Voting is expected to last through tomorrow. And to talk about some additional coverage here in Atlanta News First Plus, and a story that broke a lot of our hearts here in Midtown Atlanta and across the Georgia community. Loved ones, friends, community members will be saying their final goodbyes to the woman who died in the Midtown Hospital shooting last week. I know a lot of you were tuning into our coverage for that story, and it's just a heartbreaking moment. Amy St. Pierre, the victim who died in the Midtown Hospital shooting, right today, her service is being held, described as a celebration of her life and memory. Again, the Northside Medical Midtown building, that was last Wednesday, May 3rd, I believe. And to think a week later, now we are in this moment paying our final goodbyes to Amy St. Pierre, the 38-year-old wife, a mother of two, who was killed inside the Northside Medical Midtown building. We're going to be taking you to that celebration of life here on Atlanta News First Plus. If you have a moment in your day, that's happening here in about an hour. We'll be taking you to that live coverage so that community members, friends, loved ones, again, can pay their respects, say their final goodbyes. And hey, it is Friday. We like to end things on a good note, keep the spirit of Feel Good Friday alive and well. And this story is sure to warm up your heart, no pun intended. An Emory student became a hero and being called a guardian angel after she saved a man's life at a Georgia mall. Our very own Amanda Rose got that story, and it's something that is sure to put a smile on your face.
It was an emotional afternoon here at DeKalb Fire Station 21 as first responders and the Emory University student who saved George Sylvester's life took home awards, recognizing their heroic and quick actions.
Here's my superhero.
George Sylvester is lucky to be alive, thanks to the Emory University student he's embracing.
If not for her, then in all likelihood, I'm not standing here. I don't have a life.
Saturday, February 11th, the high school and college referee went to a Dunwoody mall for Valentine's Day shopping.
Started to have a conversation. Next thing I know, I'm in the back of an ambulance.
The 48-year-old, who had no history of heart conditions, collapsed and went into cardiac arrest. Nearby medical student Paige Harmon stopped shopping and sprang into action.
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely nervous. I was definitely sweating.
Harmon and another nurse performed CPR until first responders could get there, saving Sylvester's life. The two are now close friends. Harmon visiting Sylvester twice in the hospital.
George is awesome, and he has been very, gracious, calling me his, guardian angel.
She's now headed to Miami for a neurology residency, and like most heroes, doesn't see herself that way.
I mean, I didn't do anything special, so that's my takeaway, is that we just pushed on this guy's chest continuously until people showed up.
Sylvester, who is thankful to wake up every day, says otherwise.
There are some people in this world that truly care about the well-being of others, and she's definitely one of those people.
An important message from Harmon. She says you do not need 4 years of medical school to save a life. She says get that CPR training and use it. In Dunwoody, Amanda Rose, Atlanta News First.
And worth to say, some of our colleagues here at Atlanta News First recently undertook CPR training, and it's always good to have that skill so that you can help someone possibly save a life. We hope you have a fantastic weekend. It's supposed to be a beautiful weather, but some scattered showers. We're keeping you up to date on your latest local forecast on Atlanta News First, and you can count on our meteorology team here at Atlanta News First to make sure that you are prepared for whatever the weather throws at you this weekend. We hope you have a wonderful Friday. Make sure you tune into our newscast, WANF, starting at 3 p.m.